Hi, everybody.
Hi, welcome back to the show. We are here and we have a little surprise for you today, a special treat. When we were doing, we're continuing our series on the Tower of Death, and when we were doing the episode on getting to the tower and traveling on the ships and trying to figure out, some of the adventure stuff that's going to happen aboard the boat, you came up with the idea for a sea monkey attack.
Yeah, I don't know how I did this, Ben. I just had this idea. I ran across sea monkeys for some weird reason, and I thought maybe we could do like a D&D version of sea monkeys. But of course, they would have to be different because we don't want to get sued.
Right.
And these sea monkeys couldn't be the cute little happy ones that are swimming around going, hi. No, they have to be mean, evil sea monkeys or something to try to sweep over the ship and get you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had to change them enough to where they're actually different looking.
Before we show this, I had two ideas of where you were going to go with this when you were like, I got to draw those sea monkeys. The first was more of like an aquatic Planet of the Apes, right? Gorillas in armor, but they swim big, scary, hulking, sea-going pirate monkey guys, right? And the second option was, I don't know if you've seen, the cartoon of the sea monkeys is on the box, but a sea monkey is really a brine shrimp, and he doesn't look like that.
Yeah, it looks nothing like that.
And a brine shrimp under magnification is a very scary looking thing.
Yeah, they're pretty scary.
Really creepy looking, lobster kind of crustacean crabby kind of thing that's white.
We could do that too.
We could do that, but that's not what we did.
No.
And I like what you did. So having said all of this, we should show...
Yes, the sea monkeys.
We should show the sea monkeys.
Yes. So Ben, here's a rough sketch of them. Mm-hmm. So Ben, why don't you show the rough sketch of the sea monkeys?
Here's the rough sketch, which is awesome.
Yes. And then when I looked at the sea monkeys, I realized they had scales and stuff on them, and I thought, why don't I model them after like a goldfish? Because they had kind of a golden pink color type of thing. And so I got some goldfish, and then I changed the eyes to make them a little more fish-like. And so to make them a little more different. And I kind of put gill type things on the side of his head. So he looks really psychotic.
He looks really psychotic. And I think he looks awesome. I think he looks really tough. And then I had all of these ideas for what we were going to do with these guys. And then when I show up today, you're like, yeah, they're like this big.
Yeah, and there's hundreds of them that swarm over the side of the ship, and they're attacking. You're like, oh god! You're like, go sea monkeys, go! They're rolling the dice. They only got one hit point or two apiece, and there's just you're just ripping them up. There's 50 of them on you. Like, oh god! It's dragging you down.
It's a kobold swarm of goldfish men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Okay, cool.
I do. I like it.
And again, this has some humor to it. I think we said that last time. So if this isn't your cup of tea, we understand. But also, if you're way too serious playing Dungeons & Dragons, probably shouldn't be playing.
Well, this is actually kind of an interesting thing, right? Where you can always, because this is a cool design, right? If you don't like the idea of them being little dudes who swarm all over you, you just give them 2 more hit dice, and you say that they're man-sized.
Yeah, or at least 4 or 5 feet tall or something like that. Yeah,
this thing would be pretty scary if it was taller than you.
Sure. Oh, yeah, that'd be scary. Yeah, it's like a giant sea monkey.
Yeah.
A sea mountain gorilla.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's a power that you always have as a dungeon master to kind of, if you see a creature or something that you like. I've done it before where I see a picture in the Dungeon Master, in the monster manual, and I'm like, this thing looks really cool. And you look at the stats, and you're like, ugh, this thing's 10 levels beyond what any of my guys can fight. Mm-hmm. So then you're just like, well, I'll just make a weaker version of this to fight my guys, or I'll just come up with stats that are completely different than this and say that it looks like this. I'll just use this picture and be like, this is the stats on this thing.
Yeah. And also in first edition, and there are some kind of comical type monsters and encounters and things too, where it's a little bit on the silly side. And we wanted to inject a little bit of humor, especially during this time with all the craziness going on in our country, all over the world, we thought a little bit of comedy can go a long way.
Yeah, and I've seen it before where, like, I mean, the mimic is kind of a silly creature,
it's
right?
a little bit silly.
It's a treasure chest that attacks you. Mm-hmm. You can draw them where they look pretty badass, but, but it's generally a silly kind of idea.
Yeah.
And you can take like something that's really hardcore, like a beholder, and I've seen like stuffed beholders that are cute, like you can always kind of take the stuff both directions, which is kind of fun.
Absolutely.
The great thing about it is that so much of this stuff is happening, it's not a video game where there's not a piece of art in front of you that you're looking at while you're playing. You're just basically making up the story in your head as you go, so this thing could look like anything you want. Right?
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Exactly. Yep, we think you guys are going to have a good time with this.
Yeah. So we are going to have, these guys are going to attack, and they're going to swarm.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a leader version.
Yeah, probably a leader version, maybe. He's a little bit bigger. And I was thinking of drawing like a king sea monkey, and he's got to have like little shells and stuff, necklaces, or maybe a shell helmet or something. Just something. I haven't decided.
I'm picturing it for 100% with like a pirate hat. Just like like a Spirit Halloween pirate hat with like the skull and crossbones on the front.
Yeah, but it's hard for them to wear a hat because they got those little. They've got those three things. It's these like three weird antenna things that stick out on their head.
No, you cut holes in the hat and it holds the hat on. That way,
he's going to look like a jester.
You can hang him upside down and his hat won't fall off. No? Viking helmet?
I don't know yet. Well, I'll get back to you, Ben.
Well, I would think that their armor... So
yeah, it's getting kind of late in the day, isn't it?
I ran like an underwater campaign once, and the merfolk that they were fighting had armor from shark skin or like lobster chitin.
Oh yeah,
they make tank armor out of chitin, right? So that's not a bad idea for armor.
Yeah.
And the spears were tipped with fire coral. You know that coral that like really messes you up if you touch it.
Yeah.
But that could be cool. Where like that stuff's sharp and it's got like it burns you if you touch it. So that could be
because
cool.
I debated whether or not I was going to make the sea monkeys super sophisticated and give them like a metal one that's actually crafted, or to some kind of jumbled together thing that's got shark teeth or something on it. And I went, let's make them a little more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Just because you're little doesn't mean you're dumb.
Yeah.
So
plus they're effectively pirates, right? So they're attacking a large ship, so they clearly
with a sea monkey horde.
They reproduce fast.
Yeah, they're not.
It's hard to kill those things. I don't know if you've grown them before, but like...
I had sea monkeys once. I think I was in 4th or 5th grade. 5th grade. Yeah, had sea monkeys. And they lived for practically forever.
Yeah. Mine lived until I accidentally put something in the tank with them that ate them. And I didn't realize it was going to eat them. I don't remember what it was. Some just kind of fish, but it ate them.
Yeah, they look like food to other fish. Yeah. They're like, hey, that's shrimp. Thank you. So, okay.
Yeah. Well, I think this will be a really fun encounter, and this will be great art on the. We'll put it in the book, and we'll put it in the back on their character page, feature page. So, and we'll put all the stats up on the website for you guys.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have fun playing it.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you later.
Bye bye.